All right.
So many
Hello,
years
everyone.
ago today.
Welcome to the Zolteus Gaming Channel. I'm your host, Zolteus.
My foster son is up and dressed, I see. Today is the
We are
High
playing
Harvest
Neverwinter
Fair,
Nights
and the West
2.
Harbor Village Council requires me to man the archery competition. The human need to celebrate Remembrance Days baffles me, but at least something productive may come of it. The merchant Galen is here. He'll want my furs, as he usually does. Coins can be useful in getting by. This past season has been a hard one for both tilled fields and wildlands. While I attend to the archery contest, I will need you to deal with the merchant. Fetch my furs from the chest, over by the painting.
All right, and this is the tutorial, so I'm going to go over a few things about the game, and then you won't hear me talk about that stuff anymore. First thing you'll need to do is learn how to move around, get stuff in chests, talk to people, things like that. So if you want to read what's on the right, go ahead, or just listen to the stuff I say for the first portion of the video, and you'll pick it up pretty easily. So moving around, you use you can modify whatever you want, but it's the mouse wheel. You hold it and move it around. You can swivel a camera like that, and then you just click to move. Click on the chest, gets stuff out of it. He wanted us to get that, and now the tutorial is telling us we can check our inventory by hitting the individual button, or we can just push the I button. That will go to the inventory. But let's talk to Dagan.
Good. I see you have the furs. Galen has probably set up his tent on the village green. He'll be enjoying the fair with the rest of the townsfolk. Last season, I asked him to bring a duskwood bow to trade. Sell him the furs and use the coins it gives you to purchase the bow. Your friends await you at the bridge. I suppose you're anxious to see the fair. But don't forget to trade with Galen.
Alright, so that's just a tutorial prepping you to buy and sell stuff. Let's go ahead and head outside, see what the rest of the tutorial has for us here. Alright, let's talk to our friends.
There you are. Come on, the fair's already started.
It's the biggest fair in years. There's folk in from all the outlying farms, and even a few from outside the mare. That means a big audience.
A big audience, all cheering for us. This year's our last chance to compete for the Harvest Cup. Our last chance to win.
A bunch of different
The
stuff
Mossfelds won both their matches in the
practice
Harvest
doing
Bowl.
before we head
They'll
into
be
the
tough to beat,
real game.
but Amy's bound to win the tourney of talent for us.
I convinced Tarmus to teach me a few new spells. And I dug up a couple more from his spellbooks when he wasn't looking. Anyway, I heard Will
That's our
Mossfeld is doing
Amy.
the same act this year, so that should help my chances.
Oh, gods. Not the pixie impressions again.
Alright, so the goal of this tutorial is to practice
We
a bunch of
sign up with
different
Georg
stuff.
in the village square. Come on.
And the
Alright,
blight.
let's talk
You're
to
sure
Georg.
it's spreading, Orlin?
It's no blight, Georg. It's something else. There's no mold, no rot. It's like the crops don't want to grow. Like they haven't the guts to up and face the sun.
What do the druids say?
Well, it's just a rub, Georg. There's no druids to be found, not head nor heel. It used to be they'd warned me
Why
of
you sound
trouble,
like
long
you
before I
got a
noticed the
southern
signs
accent?
myself. But this time, we're out in silence. You think we ought to say something? Everyone's gathered for the fair, even from the outlying farms.
No. They ought to be free from cares, at least for a day. We'll go round tomorrow. Talk to the households one by one.
Right you are, Georg. Tomorrow, then.
Alright, Georg, what's going on here?
Aha! I've been wondering when I'd see the three of you. Last year to compete, isn't that right?
That's right, Georg.
Rules are the same as ever. Win 3 of the 4 events, and you win the Harvest Cup. Win all 4, and the village council grants you a special prize. And nobody's done that since old Cormac.
Prepare to be astonished.
Well, there's the Harvest Brawl.
Alright, so
Old
that's probably
favorite, that
combat
one.
tutorial.
And the Tourney of Talent. But you've
That
got
one, I
Amy on your
believe,
team,
is,
so you are certain to win.
Spell
Thanks,
practice.
Georg.
Just the truth, young lady. Your foster father's running the archery competition, as always,
Okay,
and
so
I managed
ranged
to
combat
convince
practice.
Tarmus to supervise the Knaves Challenge. I guess the Knaves
Challenge
Challenge
is
will be your
probably
toughest
rogue.
event. Though the Mossfeld
oriented.
boys might say otherwise.
Oh, they would they?
Well, Will and his brothers have won the Harvest Brawl 3 years running. It'll be tough to dislodge them. But remember, you only have to win 3 events to claim the cup. Keep an eye on Bevel, and don't
Yes, they
let
are
the
decent
Mossfelds
fighters,
get him
but,
riled.
They will be.
That's how they always beat him on the practice field.
Yeesh, Georg, I'm right here, you know.
If you have any
Wow,
troubles,
Bevel, you gonna take...
you know where to find me.
That's horrible.
Oh, and good luck in the brawl!
Thanks. Alright, so now the point is to talk to different people, see what they have to say. You can get side quests by doing this. Wandering, looking for hidden stuff is always good. You know, just trying to absorb every aspect of the area you're in can help you. You just talk to random people. You could either get information that can help you later, or you can get new information that will help you on your current quest. You never know. And depending on how much time you actually want to put into the game. If you just want to rush through the main story, it's actually, you can do it fairly quickly. As this is the tutorial, they encourage you to talk to a bunch of different people. Alright, let's go talk to Orlin here. And now we're going to talk to, oh, it looks like our first challenge. So this is the spell casting practice competition. Let's see what it consists of. Alright, so in this particular tutorial, it's showing you how to cast spells. You can press the F key if you haven't changed the defaults to go to your quick cast window. You can also drag them to your hotbar, which is on the bottom left. We have looked at the quick cast bar, and it wants us to cast this particular spell. So we cast it. We move on with the tutorial. Now it's telling us to try casting a spell from the quick bar, and in doing so you have to drag a spell or ability to your quick bar and then cast it that way. So in this, let's see, it wants us to cast another different spell. It wants us to cast Enlarge. We've dragged it to our quick bar and cast it. Bevel got extremely large. That's something no one wants. So now, in this case, it wants us to do an offensive spell. We have a few. It's suggesting a couple. I'm going to use Ray of Frost, and it wants us to cast it on the barrel. We do that, and we move on. We are now done with this particular tutorial. Yes, anyone that is associated with me or my team has to be brilliant in some way. For Amy, it's her spellcasting. Alright, yes, Orlin, it was quite a show. We are good with magic. Ah, you want me to investigate. A pig, huh? We will see. Alright, we'll take a look at the pig. Ah, bonus quest. See, that's what they're calling this, is a bonus quest. You can run into plenty of those, and it also you can...
Well, Orlin's right. This pig's been enchanted. It's a faint aura, so it could have been a simple enlargement spell, or maybe a potion. Well, Retta did give us a scroll of Lesser Dispel. All I'd have to do is read the words.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't we say something to Louis? He's a foul old wretch. But we ought to give him a chance to withdraw his pig from the contest before he's shamed in front of everyone.
The choices you can make to be good or evil, lawful, chaotic, depending on what you choose, can determine that. So we're going to go ahead and give him a chance to fess up. He doesn't think we can prove it, so he's going to continue with his potential lie. We're going to give him the warning. Whether he takes the bait or not, we will see. He doesn't think we can do it. Let's do it. So in this case, we need to go, what it's telling us is go to our inventory, right-click on the spell, and, well, I'll show you here in just a second. So let's go to our inventory, let's find the spell we need. Let's see, that's Lesser Dispel, so we're going to give that to Amy, because she's the only one that can cast it. Why Amy is all the way over there, who knows, but let's get close to the pig here. Alright, so we right-click, and we see the Lesser Dispel, and then, because it's this kind of spell, it gives us the potential for using it on hostile or friendly. I don't see that that's hostile, but it's telling us that it's not, so we're going to go ahead and actually use the spell as a hostile, and then cast it on the ground here. There it is. We have revealed his treachery. He's now mad. That's too bad for him. We gave him the opportunity. Let's talk to Orlin. Yes, I did. Alright, so we finished this bonus side quest. You can also ask for stuff, depends on your alignment once again. See, notice how we got experience points? It's good. Let's talk to Galen. Since we did get those furs from our foster father, let's trade those in. So now here's a buying and selling tutorial. And like we were asked, we need to sell the furs and buy the bow. So let's go ahead and you can ask questions. Let's just go ahead and I'm ready to trade. Giving you an opportunity to read if you so wish. So what it's saying is we can do a few things. We can right click and hit sell, or we can double click it and sell it from there. And it wants us to sell the furs and then use the proceeds to purchase the bow. So we double click. We don't want that pork jerky, it's crap. Sell the furs. Our journal updates. We need to buy the Duskwood bow. Double click it, hit buy. We have now completed everything we need to do. And as I was saying earlier, your alignment, what you say to people, can affect side quests, whether you get
enjoying
them or not.
The fair. Packs
Hey
of
Tarmus,
feral
I was
children
told you have the
used to find
natives
trinkets.
challenge.
Grown men braining one another with clubs. Do you know they're actually granting prizes for the fattest pig? As if the creatures needed encouragement. I expect you are here for the aptly named Knaves
Yeah, good to see you
Challenge.
too, Tarmus.
Surrounded by muck and reek, and why not encourage our children to be thieves as well? That's what I
Hey,
always
some
tell them.
people
Come to
have
think of it,
skills
I don't
to do
believe
that,
any of
some
you has the
people don't.
skills to compete.
We
Not
don't.
that I'm
This is
complaining,
correct.
mind
We
you,
would need
but you'll
a
need to find
rogue
someone who can
type
pick
of
pockets
some
and break
kind.
locks and search for hidden trinkets if you want to compete.
Lock breakers? Pocket pickers? I don't know anyone like that. Do you?
What a surprise, good-natured Bevel.
What about Kip? He's always nicking vials from Tarmus, and he's right over there behind the tent.
Alright, let's go talk to him. A lot of the times quests will be that way, where they'll point you in the right direction. We'd like you to join our team. Yes, really, we want you to join our team. Like I said, I'm trying to create a very specific kind of character. In this case, I want to create a good character. He can be a little chaotic, but he's not going to be, you know, super lawful. He'll probably be more towards the middle, like a neutral. Stay focused on winning. Alright, Tarmus, we
Isn't
have a
that the
rogue.
boy who stole my basilisk eyelash? And not once, but 4 times.
That's right. My frog needed eyelashes. Then I got him a sweetheart, and she needed him too.
Sorry, Tarmus, he joined
Don't
our
trouble
team.
yourself on my account. I'll settle with the young artiste and his frogs later. Before you begin,
Uh-oh.
I suppose you'll want to hear the rhyme.
The rhyme?
You hadn't heard? Better for me if I'd kept my peace.
Too bad, I
Georg
wanna hear
asked
it.
for a rhyme this year. That's what wizards do. We compose rhymes. Here, I'll
That
demonstrate.
correct? I've never heard that in
I've hidden
wizard
3
lore.
feathers, scattered them wide, placed white in a box, and locked it inside. Blue followed termite tracks down where they ran, Green in the pocket of same-colored man.
Alright, so in this case, they want us to use spot to find
Yes,
something, pickpocket
you
to
and
find
half the waifs
something,
in
and
West Harbor.
lockpick to find
I adore
something.
children. Did you know that? Swamp children, particularly.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's go look for him. Alright, so in this case, the kid says he sees something in the logs. A lot of the times, it won't be that way, but this is what'll happen. Oh, trap triggered. Now it turned red. You see that? It has a trap. And he said that it's trapped, so now he has to use his... In detect mode, he can see that little trap thing. He's now trying to disarm the trap. And, whoa, he critically failed. That's what that can happen sometimes. Critically fail. Good God, man. Alright, so now you've critically failed, it's gone off. If it automatically reapplies itself, you'll see this happen again. Normally, the trap will have just gone off and it would be gone. In this case, it's trying to show you what happens. And he critically failed again! Amy, you suggested the worst part. Alright, success. He did it. So now we have found the blue feather. We have moved on. We have found the chest. Now we need him to lockpick this chest. So have the rogue go up and lockpick the chest. I will tell you another way to do it later. Up, success. He got it. Let's move on.
Same-colored man. I'll bet that's him over by the house. The feather's in his pocket. It's got to be.
Alright, so now it's telling us it wants us to pickpocket. So now what we need to do is walk over to the man. You should see... You have to click on your rogue, obviously. But you have to walk over... Giving you a chance to read this, just in case you wanted to. But select your thief, walk over, and then select the little icon there that says sleight of hand. Pickpocket. It's failed, but this time, like it had said in the tutorial window, that it's going to be forgiving on that. You do have to wait a little bit of time before it will allow you to attempt again. Man, he is not doing well. Alright, we got it. Let's go back to Tarmus. And that is the road
It really
tutorial.
is a dreadful day for a fair. Not even the tents are managing to look cheerful.
You seem kind of down, Tarmus,
Thank
but
the
we brought
gods.
to the feathers.
The knave's challenge is won, and I can go someplace dry. I'd kiss all of you, but no one respects an affectionate wizard. No need to remind
all right,
me.
stay dry.
I try never to leave my home unless I'm looking for a bath.
Alright, since it's right across the way, and we got experience, let's talk to Dagon here and do
So,
the
you've decided to
ranged
compete
combat
for the
challenge.
cup, I see. I know this is your last year, but the rules apply to all, even foster sons.
You can't just give me a little bit of an edge?
A fine bow.
Alright, by the way, I have
A
your bow.
fine one, made by one who loves his craft. You may keep the rest of the gold as your allowance for the season.
The
But
season?
you came for the archery competition as well,
That's a
did you
long
not?
time, foster father.
Fetch a
Yeah, I'm
crossbow
ready.
from the barrel and take a few shots at the practice target. You must hit the target once before you can compete.
Alright, so once again, a tutorial on ranged combat. Go ahead, and he said it was in the barrel there, so let's grab the light crossbow and some bolts. We have to hit that target that's not being used. You can line yourself up if you want, it's not necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So you would have went to your inventory, and you can double click whatever item you want, and it will go to the slot that it's suited for. Alright, so we've lined up. First try! Awesome.
Are you
All right.
ready to compete then?
Yes, what is the
The
challenge?
rules are the same as last year. 10 shots and 10 targets. Your targets will be old bottles.
so we're going
Set
on
atop
accuracy
the crates
and percentage.
yonder. 5 is the best score so far.
5
if you
out of 10,
remember
huh?
the lessons that
Think
have
I
been
can
taught
beat
to
that.
you, you should be able to best that.
Should, I will best that. So we go over here, they want us to shoot the bottles. They should disappear if we hit them. We hit that one, and you see it disappear, so we aim for the next one. Hey, 2 for 2. I just need to hit at least 4 more. 3 for 3. Need at least 3 more to win. 4 for 4. Hey, I may go 10 for 10. Ah, I missed. Alright, so I'm 4 for 5. 5 for 6. Good. I need at least 1 more out of the next 4. Alright, I got it. Let's just see what I can get. Alright, so I'm 7 out of 8. 8 out of 9. Very nice. 9 for 10. Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
Well
Dagan.
done. I think your score will stand this year, but I
should.
will remain here until day's end, awaiting those who wish to shoot for fun. Go on now. There's still more of the fair
He
to
seems
see.
like a very serious person. Alright, so let's talk to Brother Mering. This is the last competition. We're 3 for 3 in competitions so far, so we've already won the Harvest Cup, but we're going to try to match what, who did he say his name was? Cormac did. We won 4 for 4. We're gonna win this brawling competition. But as you can see, we got little pluses next to our avatars in the top right, which means we've gained a level. So we're going to go ahead and finish talking to Brother Mering before entering the competition and level up, because we'll have more hit points, be a bit more ready for an actual combat competition. Once again, lots of different choices you can talk to, get more information. It's always good to do that, especially if it's your first time playing. We'll be back later. So now I'm going to show you a couple level ups. So in my case, my character's a fighter. I'm going for Weapon Master. And so I'm going to up the abilities that I have specifically for him. I have to get certain feats in order to obtain the they're not obtained, but to class up into the Weapon Master Prestige class. In this case, for your hired help or your companions, you can just recommend most of the time, unless you have specific goals to do for each one. I would say this is the tutorial, so doing the recommend is probably just a good idea. But you may want to specifically spec your companions a specific way to suit your playstyle. Alright, we're ready to fight. Let's do this. Alright, so training clubs, we have to hit those training dummies before he'll let us actually compete. Let's pick up all of them so we can arm at least Bevel and Amy. We're going to go ahead and drag drop to them. Put that there. You can also drag drop into your each slot that it would go into in order to do this. Now I did that just to have it move on. And I'm telling him, sure, go ahead and tell me the rules. Once again, tutorial, we want to learn as much as possible. Yeah, betting just livens up the competition. Yeah, I mean, why not? But rules are rules. Alright, and it's giving you the basics. If your character reaches 0 hit points, you die, you know. Because my character is a fighter, I probably could have done this solo, and it really depends on the level of difficulty you put it on, because there's easy, normal, hard, and I'm sure there's some sort of nightmare difficulty. It's always good to heal between. I will show you the rest button soon enough. Let's go ahead and fight them. Oh, we need to talk to them. Okay. So it's telling you to use the rest. We could if we want to, but I mean we already healed. But the rest button is down here, bottom left in the middle. And it rests. If you're not near enemies, it will allow you to rest. If you're too close to enemies, you won't. No, I'm better than Cormac. Yeah, you got a problem. Take that up with me. Yeah, you stalling, dude. You afraid? Let's get in there. Let's fight. Yeah, I'm not gonna bend the rules for you. And like it says, choices in dialogue can alter alignment, influence of your companions, so be careful what you choose, which is why I say saving often is always a good idea. In these kind of games, you want to save as much as possible, especially between either fights or big fights, depending on the type of character you are. If you're a very strong combat character, you might not have to save between fights as often. But it's always a good idea, it's good practice. Alright, so we have one that's 4 out of 4. Let's go talk to Georg and tell him that we win and we won our ceremony.
Well played. Well played. You've won the cup. And all 4 events. Nobody's done that since Cormac. That warrants a special reward, of course. I have a harvest cloak for you, courtesy of the village council. It'll be yours at the end of the day. If there's anything you wanted to do before the award ceremony, now's the time. Maybe a mug of harvest mead to celebrate, eh?
Yeah, I doubt it. One thing to say specifically before we end this particular episode, or our introduction episode. One thing you do want to say is if you don't do the tutorial on this, because you have the option to not to, you don't get anything that you would have plundered from people, the cup, the special prize at the end.
Almost lost our lives.
It's up to you whether or not you want to do it, but it does take time.
We came back, cleared burnt farms, buried our dead, and put our ashes behind us. And we rebuilt. Tougher and stronger than ever.
Moving
speech, there's a harvest fair, we won't forget that day. And our young folks, they'll stay tough, long as they compete for the Harvest Cup. So let's hear it for this year's winners. 3 cheers for the Harvest Champions!
And that is the end of the tutorial.
Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
Like and subscribe if you like what you saw, and I will see you in the next video.